Hello, if you don't know me, my name is P.D. Wiley. Last year, I started a charity called the Covers to Fight Cancer, using my Make-A-Wish Foundation wish in order to help other leukemia patients with financial aid. I'm here with Rodney Whittenberg. He is the founder of MelodyVision Studios. And today we are going to be showcasing our collaboration that we are going to be having together, and also talking a little bit about what you guys do.
MelodyVision is a place where pretty much anything you want to make happen, you can make happen. It's located in a 200-year-old farmhouse. It was built in 1819. It's a solar-powered studio, and the studio does multiple things. We are in what I call the utility room, which, when not in use, usually looks pretty cluttered. But the cool thing about this space is it serves a couple of different purposes. It is the room where the musicians perform. As you can see, there's a grand piano over there. The grand piano is on wheels, as well as the vocal isolation booth, and they can be positioned any place in the room. The room is wired to the recording studio through a series of patch bays, and so everything that happens in here, audio-wise, can be directed into the recording studio, which you'll see in a second. It also is a place to shoot video. When you can see that there's truss bars mounted in the ceiling, and there are lights on them. There are more lights that can be hung, and whatever is being shot can be shot in this space here. It also acts as a green screen. The floor comes up and the floor is all green. Those panels on the wall flip around and it becomes a green box. So you can shoot special effects, and it's set up to be lit that way so that you can shoot anything that you want, from creating interactions with animation, to having backgrounds, to music videos, to interviews. I have a series of different backdrops that can be hung up there. So if you're doing a series of interviews with someone for a documentary, that can happen as well. Also, if you were doing a live stream or a podcast, there are 3 4K cameras around the room that are remote control, and they tie into the video room. It also can double as, or not double, but it can also be a screening room. There's a screen up here in the corner. There's a projector that mounts in the ceiling, and this space can configure to hold about 30 people to watch a movie, or to enjoy a concert, or a lecture, or a talk. That talk and concert or movie can also then be live streamed beyond this space to as many people as your organization or function can bring in to enjoy the performance. There also is a ticketing agency that I work with to offer online and in-person ticketing for those events. So that is this room, and there's so much that can be done here. Everything from music videos, documentary films, films, animation, all sorts of stuff can happen in this space. The video editing suite, as I call it, and the main thing that you'll see in here is, or the main thing that does all the work, is this setup here, which is a Final Cut Pro setup on a Mac, but also there's Adobe Premiere and also Blackmagic's DaVinci Resolve, and tons of plugins and all those sorts of things that one needs to edit video or film. Lots of hard drives. It's just a really nice environment to work in. As I said, it's a 200-year-old farmhouse. Originally, this was the kitchen 200 years ago, and you can see the fireplace still works. Oh, wow. And sometimes it is a joy to be down here where there's a fire happening in the fireplace. Don't have one going today, but all the stuff to cook with is still here, which makes it kind of really cool. It's quite possible that this house was part of the Underground Railroad. It was built by Quakers, and Abolition Hall is right down the street. These are all, not everything, but a bunch of projects that I've worked on in the past, and everything from music to film to TV shows to documentaries, all that sort of stuff. Over here, I jokingly call it the Wall of Shame, but actually it's the Wall of Fame. These are just a handful of people that I've met and been able to work with. One of my favorites is John Lewis. Got to spend an afternoon with him, interviewing him for a project that I was working on. And there is an Emmy that I received for working on a documentary about the history of jazz on PBS. Here's a couple of other Emmy nominations for things. As we walk into the music room or the recording studio, here we have various stringed instruments that I play, but are also available for clients to use. And in here, In this room, we have Pro Tools, Digital Performer, Logic, Reaper, a whole bunch of different programs that we use to record with. We're using the wonderful Wing digital mixer as the console, and with the great Midas 2 preamps on it. And I love this board because it allows me to configure the room and the setup in so many different ways for whatever is going on, from a sound mix for a film to recording a band to me working on something completely by myself, where I may be producing an artist, where I'm creating all the music myself, like maybe even playing real drums or real instruments, to using samples and loops, to being able to broadcast the audio in a live stream, to whatever it is. This board allows me to configure it so that I can pretty much do anything. Over here in the corner is a rack of vintage synthesizers and another computer that has sounds in it. And this is my keyboard controller over in the corner. And there are also some smaller keyboard controllers around to be able to input information into the computer. And so there you have, that is MelodyVision. Between these three rooms, over the past 20 years I've been here, I've been able to create product content that has been featured on the History Channel, HBO, Showtime. Oh boy, has been released on DVD. There's been movie theaters. Some of the recordings that have been done here have entered their respective charts at number 3, number 5 on the charts when they first, were first released to radio. So that's MelodyVision. I always think of it as the little project studio that could. And it also is just a wonderful place to be creative in. I tried to make a space that kind of is inspiring yet comfortable to be in, a place where creativity is everywhere and all around us.